Creates. Welcome to my Flosstube channel about counting cross stitch and the project bags I make. It is Monday, February 28th, 2022, and this is episode 30. And I just realized that I forgot to bring my giveaway. I thought because you're here, I'm here, and it's the 30th episode, there should be a giveaway. So I will do everything and I will put an extra little bit at the end with what I'm going to give away. So hang in there. Thank you to everyone that, well, first, let me thank you for coming back. If you are one of my subscribers, I've had a couple of new subscribers over the last 2 weeks, so thank you very much. Lost one too, but you know, I always worry that that's just YouTube doing weird things because they unsubscribe me from people and I have to go back and find them again. So, but thank you for coming back. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you like, subscribe, do all the things, and come back again. So, thank you to everyone that has sent well wishes and prayers towards my family. I would like to say my son was home from the hospital after 2 weeks, but unfortunately he's not. Hopefully tomorrow he will be coming home. They could not figure out what's going on, why he has the ulcers. They ruled out things that were not causing them, which was good because one was bad. A couple of things probably wouldn't have been good, you know, either way. But so unfortunately they had to put a feeding tube in to give his stomach some relief. Hopefully that seems to be working. He's not in the pain he was in. Of course, he's exceedingly uncomfortable from the feeding tube. So it's still gonna be a rough couple of weeks. Ashley's there with him, and hopefully he'll get to come home tomorrow and she'll get to join me next week for a video. She's been stitching, I've been stitching, you know, when you're sitting in the hospital room. But anyway, so appreciate your thoughts and prayers if you would continue them on, because it's still going to be a little bit of a rough road. Praying that, you know, the feeding tube does the trick, the ulcers can heal, and he can go back to eating and being normal again. But we have to wait and see. Okay, I have a finish. I have my bag here of all the things that I've been working on. I had told you last week or 2 weeks ago when I filmed that the 19th was the anniversary, the 6-month anniversary of my son getting his liver transplant. And when the day he had his transplant, August 19th, I stitched G is for gallbladder because Beth just had not yet put out the liver pattern. She was making it for me because I asked her to as part of her anatomical alphabet series. So I did this because when they do a liver transplant, your gallbladder is really tiny. You know, you think, oh, it causes so much trouble. It's really tiny. It's like this big. So for them to put that back in and reconnect it to the new liver, it's not worth the trouble. So they removed that. So he doesn't have a gallbladder. For his the 6-month anniversary of his transplant, I did L is for liver. So that is another heartstring samplery by Beth Twist. I also have P is for pancreas because my husband's diabetic, so that'll probably be the next thing. Maybe at the 9-month anniversary, even though all the things that are happening with the feeding tube and everything right now, his blood sugar has gone up. He's not diabetic, you know, it's very low, but it's, you know, higher than it was when he's eating regular food. So, you know, maybe for the 9-month anniversary, God willing, he won't be going to the hospital on that one. I'll just do P for pancreas because it's fun. But that's my finish. So now I have the two for my son. While I was just kind of in a random mood, while I was there, I'm sorry, I have this in a plastic bag. I didn't even think about that. I should have taken it out. And I was working on, from Owl Forest Embroidery, this is their links. It was a whole kit. Unfortunately, they're in Russia, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to be getting anything from Owl Forest Embroidery. My guess would be in the next couple of years. With sanctions and all, I don't think we're going to get anything, be able to, even digitally, I just don't see it happening. But anyway, so before I had started his, I can put a picture where it was before, but I had started his leg, so I went up his leg a little more, and then I decided I wanted to try some of the other colors. They are all in the kit, they're all variegated, and I don't know if you can see, I can't see it, but maybe when you watch it at home you'll be able to see it. This is like a winter white, but it's just got like a touch of blue in it. It's so pretty in person. And so that's a little bit of the house. I wanted to try some of the other colors, and that's just, there's just 3 colors in this section here. So this brown, dark brown is one variegated floss. The roof is another variegated floss, and then the gold is the 3rd variegated floss. So it's really pretty the way it's coming out. I like him. I was also working on, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to crinkle again. I don't know why I left it in that bag. I was also working on my January Quaker from the Heart Needle Art, and I'll put where it was, and if I can find the front. I am definitely out of practice. This is where it is now. I've got half of this motif, so it'll be, you know, the opposite there, done now. It's a lot, the motif is a lot bigger than you think it is. This is 28 count, so I like it, and I'm using the Cottage Garden Threads Blue Wren, so you can see the variegation on there. It's very pretty. So rather than they had suggested 3, sorry, I'm shaking everything, I'm knocking things down, I'm a mess tonight. But I didn't want to wait any longer because it's been 2 weeks and I've got such a pile here. So I'm probably going to ramble a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm tired too. Anyway, so they've got it charted in 3 different colors. I'm just using the one Cottage Garden, and I really like it. I like the way it's coming out. So that's my January Quaker. So I was working on that, and then I pulled out, I hadn't done it for a while. I was working on, oh, I lost my needle in my bag. That's what happens when you're working on a tote bag. I'm using the LA Dye Works tote bag that came in the Niceless box from Black Needle Society at Christmas time. And where I was on the cats, and there it is. So it looks a little creepy, but I think once I get the other cats in, it'll make more sense. So I've got the one cat done, I've got another cat here, and another cat here, and then they reflect. So my Peruvian cat cell. But I love this floss. It was from the Rainbow box from Black Needle Society last May, and it's a Silks for You floss. The May Pride is what it's called. So pretty. And also, I'm looking for my needle real quick, see if I spot it. No, I think I lost it. I also was working on the Stitching Book Club, Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe Sal. I have so this is where it was, and this is where it is now. I've got the beginnings of Narnia, the top variegation. I had hoped to get back to it and finish it this week, but I had told you that I was model stitching for Sue Hillis, and then she contacted me last week and she asked me to do 2 more models for her. I finished one yesterday, and I'm finishing the other one tonight, tomorrow morning, to get to her. So I have been stitching even more than what I just showed you. She did say that I could show the first one I finished, and she was going to send me a picture of how she FFO'd it, but her life's a little crazy, so probably later in another week after Mark, is done, I'll ask her. But this is what I stitched, the first one that I stitched for her. And if you follow her on Facebook, you'll have seen the whole, it's a series of 4 patterns, and that's just like one motif section from it, and it's a nice stitch. It's a really cute pattern, and the other 2 things that I've done have been very enjoyable as well. So that's all my stitching. It's been a lot. So I've gotten some stitchy kindness. First, Jan, who is finished the stitch on Instagram, and our finisher at Keepsakes. She gave me my birthday present, and she had saved the final comic strip from when Charles Schulz had retired. And if you were around at that time, you know that this was published the day after he passed away, which was just heartbreaking. So nice memorabilia, and I've got a perfect spot up on, unfortunately you guys won't get to see it, but I have a nice spot there. She also made what she is calling a floss wallet. So it's got the front vinyl pocket where you can put some floss, little scissors, snag nabbit, needle, things like that. And then it snaps, and when you open it up, it's a thread bed. It's that flannel thread bed. So very cute. That's the back pattern. Isn't that pretty? So thank you, Jan, for all the wonderful things. I received from Sarah, who is Eat My Oxygen on Instagram, and she is I Swear I'm Stitching on Flosstube, and if you don't watch her, go watch her because she is really funny. I love to watch her. She sent for me and Ashley. She sent us each a gift. Ashley will show hers next week when she is here. But she sent us for Galentine's Day, and for me, my Galentine's Day card is Happy Galentine's Day, you poetic land mermaid. so that's my card. And then she sent me a piece of chocolate, which is not here, and I didn't think that I had eaten it, but maybe I did. So, ooh, showing her address. My goodness, I am terrible with envelopes. But she also sent me this pattern. Isn't that pretty? From Heart and Hand. So thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. It brought a smile to my face, and Ashley was very excited to get her first stitch email. So stitchy kindness. So thank you so much. And then from the Netherlands, I received a package from Ingeborg, Ingie, and she had she said she didn't stitch this. She actually purchased this on Etsy, but she saw it and thought of me. She loves Snoopy too. So, and it was just a sweet thank you for sending her daughter a card at Christmas time, which, you know, you didn't need to do that, Angie. Thank you, though. I love it. And I'm probably not even going to hang this on my tree. I'm probably going to hang it. I have a bulletin board here that I keep special things, so I'm probably going to hang it there. And then she had gotten some sample squares. And they're all moose. So isn't that cute? So I can use it as backing fabric for the moose that I make for my husband every year. Though I might take one of them and try to make like a small notions bag. So thank you, Angie. I love them. They're so cute. Really pretty tissue paper she wrapped it in. So, and I won't pick up the envelope because I'll end up showing her address too. Okay. So that was Stitchy Kindness. Next is haul. I have been, you know, I vacillate between eating when I'm stressed and shopping when I'm stressed. I know my daughter does the same thing. She gets it from me. Sorry to her husband. So I want to say I saw this on Instagram and I just fell in love with it, so I had to get it. It's a heart made out of the heads of two cats. Isn't that great? This is called Cats in Love, and it's by Cross Stitching for Fun on Etsy. So I love that. And that'll just be a quick stitch. Forbidden Fiber Co. they're doing a Zodiac monthly thing. Brain, it's off. So I decided, I'm an Aquarius, January birthday, so I decided I was going to get the whole kit. So this is the back of the bag, and that's the front of the bag. And, you know, I'm always nervous about patterns, mystery patterns, but I really do love it. So this was designed by Leanne there at Forbidden Fiber Co. And so this is called Granite. It's kind of a off-white yellow modeling. I should take it out of the bag, but I just haven't. Sorry if you can hear my husband yelling. He's yelling at the cats. He does that. Needle minder. Come on. Focus. But it's got the attributes of an Aquarius. Intellectual, stubborn. Oh, yes, I am. Let's see if I should have looked beforehand, because I was having trouble seeing it even with my glasses. It's tiny. Friendly, humble, and curious. And I would definitely say that I'm curious. And really pretty scissors. And then the floss to go with the pattern. We have Nightlock. It's kind of a burgundy brown. This is Aquarius. Isn't that interesting? Of course, blue. Tenacity. I just love the name. It's a little peachier. Yeah, there it goes. Old Penny. And then Forever in Blue Jeans. Isn't that pretty? So I'm not sure when I will start this. Maybe with my March stuff. Sorry about that. So that's that. Then they also had a pattern, and it says it's a free it's a free download. It says, your sparkle is not defined by the darkness other people see. And I thought that would be the perfect stitch to do with Candy, the 614 Stitcher in May, for mental health awareness. Sorry about that. But I wanted to take the floss out. So you don't have to get the floss. She does a DMC conversion, but I just loved the subtle variegations in these. So it's Cosmo Fields. It's just a very soft pink. We have Pale Thistle, which has just got a tiny bit of blue in it. That's really not reading right, but. And then, yeah, those are both the same. This one's Vanilla Blossom. Isn't that pretty? And then Buttermint. So just a little bit of green. So I think I know what fabric I'm going to use it for it, but I'll let you know. So I will start that one in May. And fabric of the month from Brandy at Be Stitch Me came today. So if you haven't gotten yours, don't look. Or if you don't care, you can look. I get the alternating months. So last month was a neutral. This month is a color. And this one's called Life's a Peach. There you go. And I got my quarterly Needleminder Club from Colleen Rebel Stitcher Designs. If you haven't gotten yours yet, don't look. She just did a video. And it came in a pretty green bag, wrapped up in shamrock paper, so I think you know where this is going. We have Needleminder, our little leprechaun, drawn by Colleen. Some rainbow stickers. She designed her first pattern. Isn't that cute? I just love him. He is so cute. And you have to watch her video to see her finish. And then she got Jody from Steel City Stitchers to create the fabric for her. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? The rainbow. So pretty. So I will probably start him probably on St. Patrick's Day, because I don't see us doing anything on St. Patrick's Day, because, you know, life. And then, you know, you even with all that's going on in my life, being at the hospital with my son and such, you know what's going on in the world. And to help out some of the designers, I bought some patterns from one designer so far. Knowing me, I'll buy more. But they're so cute. These are from the Stitchy Princess on Etsy, and she's Stitchy Princess Black on Instagram. And she posted today that she and her mother were able to make it to the border of Slovenia. Brain. Sorry. I'll write it in here, which one. But she and her mother have made it out safely. Unfortunately, you know, she left her uncles and cousins and whatnot fighting. So I was happy, though. She did say that with the sales over the weekend, she was able to go to a couple of stores that were more expensive, that, you know, because they're international type stores, people weren't able to afford some of the things, but because of the money, she was able to go there and get some food and some medical supplies and things like that, and that she shared with her neighbors. So, you know, makes me feel good that I did something small. So anyway, so we have the Fox family. Isn't that adorable? And there's her Etsy name and her Instagram name. And if you're on Carolyn Zook's Facebook group, she posts her patterns in there all the time. So I've been admiring her patterns for a while, and I'm just lazy and didn't buy any. Snowman and SNOWGIRL. Aren't they cute? She's got her little and her apron. And then Snails and Leaves. And if you are involved with the Black Needle Society at all, you know that there's a running joke about snails. So those were the three I picked from her shop. So, okay. That was a lot. I think that's everything. Plans. Oh, okay. So, first, coming up this coming weekend, March 4th and 5th, Needlework Market in Nashville. All the LNSs are going, all the designers are going, the fabric dyers are going, some of the floss dyers are going. It's a big time for all of them behind the scenes, but of course they've all been showing previews, and we're all salivating on what's coming out. I think that this year is pretty good. 2 years ago was good. Last year for me was kind of This year, so much FOMO. Oh my gosh, so much FOMO. I've ordered 4 things so far. The Naptime Stitcher, who did the whole Winter Olympics stitching, did a nice little sheet for your wish list. And there was 1 or 2 things that I couldn't find the names or the designers for, and yeah. And I think there's more stuff that's going to come back. So I have ordered, actually I've ordered 5 things because I asked for the Needle Market cookbook too. And if you are not familiar with it, the designers and participants put recipes into a cookbook, and there's also cross-stitch patterns in it as well. So you get food and stitching, which if you see me in person, you know that's... Anyway, so one of the things that I haven't ordered that I think is absolutely adorable, Plum Street Samplers, you know, they do all their stacks. They've got rack stacks and, you know, raccoons and just all kinds of animals. They've got a corgi caboodle, which is just adorable. I love it so much. I did not order it. I think that one's going to be around for a while, so I think someday I will probably get it. Resting Stitch Face from Hands On Design. I did not pre-order that one either, but I have a feeling that's in the future too. But yeah, when I get the things, rather than going down and making this even longer, when I get them, I'll show them. Okay, so that's this weekend. The Black Needle Society cards. 2 weeks ago, I had picked, you know, stitch on something that moves or a travel piece. Well, I had 3 travel pieces that I stitched on while I was at the hospital. So I'm going to pick another one. Stitch on a piece whose model was stitched 1/1. Oh Lord. I don't know. I probably do, because I do have a couple of blackbirds, and I'm sure they were stitched originally. Excuse me, 1/1. We'll see. And so there's your challenge. That is a challenge. Keep thinking there was something else. So this week, tomorrow's March 1st. Today's the 28th. Tomorrow's March 1st. Last year, I participated in the Steel City Stitchers, Stitchy March Madness. I kind of did it my way. If you got the stitching journal planner from Black Needle Society, from the resolution box for March, they have Battle of the Whips. They've got so it's already set up with the brackets, and I'm going to use this. And what I did last year, so the first round will have 12 different pieces. And what I did last year was, because I haven't filled it in yet because life, I picked a whip and a new start. I stitched on them one day, and then I had the voting in my Insta stories. And I think I'm going to do it that way again this year. I don't know if they'll all be a whip and a new start, some maybe just 2 whips. Excuse me. Goodness, I'm sorry to make you yawn. But, so then, you know how brackets work. So it whittles it down. So we'll see what I end up with at the end of the month and how much I participate. So far, I have pretty much failed this year. January, the Bringo, didn't quite make that. February, my Whip Go. So, I don't know. For March, too, if you watch Sunshine Stitchers, then you know that EJ and Shelia and Gary and, or maybe it was just EJ and Gary with Candy, 614 Stitcher. Well, they worked it all out. Candy, you can correct me. But they set up a designer focus for every month this year. And for March, it's Rosewood Manor, which I was supposed to, for WhipGo for February, do Rosewood Manor, Dorney Lane. And didn't get to it. Sewing, hospital, model stitching, life just went. So I'm going to work on that for March, as well as try to do the Battle of the Whips. And what else was I going to stitch? My WhipGo call for March is the Christmas stocking again. Santa's Arrival, my son-in-law's Christmas stocking, which was in February too, so I'm behind now. I kept up with it in January, February. So that's a March call as well, because I put that stocking on a lot because I figured either I would finish it and go move on to my grandson's Christmas stocking, or I would do like I've done. I didn't think so early in the year. I figured it was going to be in a couple of months that life would get, but anyway. So, WhipGo, designer focus, Battle of the Whips. I'm still sewing. Did some bags for the quilt store. I've got more African print fabric. I've got a ton of other things. I've got some special orders that people have asked me to do. Athena, I still have your order. I'm working on it. I have not forgotten you. I love you. I'm sorry. I really wanted to have your order to you for your birthday. And but okay, so I'm looking around at the mess that is strewn around me. I do believe that is everything. Okay, for the giveaway for our 30th video, I have 2 patterns. One is a Sue Hillis. This is from 2009. I had gotten, and I just think they're so cute. I love this heart, but they're all so pretty. She gives some instructions on finishing. They run, let's see, 46 by 50, 73 by 69, 40 by 56, and 50 by 65. So they're great smalls. So if you like this, I'm going to say use the keyword Sue. That's in honor of all the model stitching I've done for her. And then in honor of Needlework Expo, I purchased this pattern 2 years ago, which was the first time I had ever pre-ordered from Market. And it's a Lindy Stitches. Since I have not stitched it yet, I just decided it's time to pass on. So, Mary Mary Needleworker from Lindy Stitches. This is 197 by 161. So if you would like this one, say Mary in your comment. So we've got Mary and we've got Sue. So thank you to everyone who's stuck with us for 30 episodes plus, because, you know, I do the unboxings and the Flossmas. I did 25 videos. So appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoy it. See you next week. Next time, hopefully with Ashley. Happy stitching.